So season 3, what's in store for them this
Oh,
season?
it is exciting. So, very, very quick recap. Actually, this recap is for me too. So, season 1, we talked about online dating,
Mhm.
building a profile and all that,
Mhm.
getting your groove on in online dating. And
Getting
then,
your groove on. I love that.
that's right. And season 2, we
Mm.
talked about exclusively dating
Mhm.
or dating exclusively, rather.
Yeah. Kind
And
of like
then,
leveling up.
yes,
Mhm.
from the online dating platform, and then moving into being in a relationship.
Mhm.
So now we want to talk about the complete opposite of
Yes, kasi
that.
syempre, even if we think that it's all rainbows and butterflies, it's not always like that.
Exactly.
Diba?
We want to
So,
keep it real with everyone.
season 3 is about... Yeah, so
Breakups.
we're calling this season the Breakup Playbook.
I don't know why I said that with such enthusiasm.
Breakup!
Like I'm so excited for people to
You're like,
fucking break up.
I'm
Like
married now. Bala kayo dyan.
yeah, like okay, let me do that over.
Okay, one more time.
Season 3 is
3
all
is
about
all about...
breakups.
There we go.
There you go. Is that better?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
actually better. Okay. So we're going to talk about Breakup Playbook. We're just going to help you through this tough time if you are going through a breakup or, kind of like just relate with us in our stories. So for today, for this episode, we're going to start with the basics. So we're going to talk about the signs that you
should break up.
Yes, the signs that you should break up,
Mhm.
signs that you should leave your relationship. Okay? So, what are our thoughts about that? I'm going to mention Dr. John Gottman. He wrote about, so he's the founder of Gottman Institute. Gottman Institute is a relationship academy, sort of. Like he's a relationship coach. He's an author. And he wrote about the 4 horsemen of apocalypse. Oh, diba?
Like, why the fuck does he call it the 4 horsemen of apocalypse?
Because apocalypse is like, end of everything, end of the world. But
a violent end where everyone fucking dies
yeah,
and your soul gets harvested
yeah,
and
he
shit.
describes it as yung apocalypse nga is like end of times for your relationship. Yon. So the
Okay.
first of the 4 horsemen is criticism. So if you notice that your relationship or you as a partner is now being overly critical of your partner, lahat na lang pinupunan mo. Parang grabe naman tong ngumuya, sobrang lakas. Grabe naman tong huminga. Every little thing you're criticizing. That's the first of the horsemen of apocalypse because you're no longer in that loving state. You're just looking at your partner as if lahat ng ginagawa niya mali.
Yeah, I would further describe that as being impatient,
Mm-hmm.
and also just not having the mental capacity, even physical capacity to tolerate your partner anymore.
Yeah,
It's
physical.
Re-
Did you say physical
yeah,
capacity?
physical. Like, I can't be in your
can't stand you.
proximity right now. Like, or for example, when the significant other is just, looking for
Yeah,
cuddles or
Yeah.
hugs, and then,
Mhm.
the other person just pushes that person away.
That's right.
So,
Or like in your head, there's already a competition of who's the better partner, and you feel like I'm the better partner. So
yeah,
criticism.
and so not supporting their ideas,
Yeah.
not encouraging them.
Belittling them, ganyan.
Yeah.
So that's the first one,
Parinig na
criticism.
naman.
Parinig. Hindi naman.
I do that
okay.
to you I criticize you all the time.
Okay, but it's more the healthy kind.
Yes,
Okay.
constructively.
Mhm. And then the next one is the second horseman is contempt. Okay, contempt. Ayan.
Okay.
So, yung means of communication natin is now very mean towards our partner. Like, for me, contempt is like borderline disgust eh. Alam mo yun, parang,
I love that emotion.
What?
You ever notice me? You
Our
ever
channel.
notice me, babe, where I'm looking at you and my face is just all crumpled and
I
shit?
know. Like the
I'm like-
putangin na nito face.
Yeah. Like, why are you doing that? Like,
Okay. Yeah, but again, it's always the extreme version of it. Like,
right.
yung kanina, parang you can't stand to be in this person's presence anymore, and you're just very mean to them. Hindi na loving yung approach mo. So that's contempt, diba? Yung may mga eye rolls na parang,
And something just popped in my head when you say contempt. I don't know if it's a quote or the saying rather, familiarity breeds
contempt.
contempt,
Yeah.
right? So I'm not sure how.
Meron pa yung before, proximity breeds familiarity. Familiarity breeds contempt.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
I did not know about that. So it's weird for
Mhm.
relationships because like there's a conundrum in that we're in. Like the more time you spend with your partner, or the
Exactly.
more time you not the more time, but the more you get familiar with your
Yeah.
partner, the more likely you are to feel contempt towards them. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I remember we were talking about the other day how some couples, like especially the married ones, the married for a long time, they talk about their partners in like contempt and disgust. Like they're annoyed by their
What do you mean?
partner. Like, oh, so how's your husband? For example, a friend asks a question, how's your husband? I'm like, he's still, gets on my nerves and he's
Ah,
still so lousy
gets
at the home and all of
got
that.
it.
But then every time I feel like, what? You should be like excited about to talk about your husband or your
Well,
wife.
I know I don't talk about you that way.
Well, you shouldn't. Hello.
FYI, I love hanging out with my wife. You know,
Yeah.
she's like
I
my
mean,
best fucking
can you
friend.
imagine not being like the best friend for your person? I don't know.
I
There,
can't. I
there's
can't
that.
imagine that. I mean, I'm with you like fucking
Yeah, we laugh all the time, and that's a good
25/8.
thing.
You know what I
That's
mean?
true. Next one is defensiveness. So defensiveness really actually stems out from contempt and criticism as well. So when say one partner is overly criticizing this partner, and when it's the other partner's turn to criticize you, you're very defensive. You're kind of like you always have an explanation for everything. You're just being super.
Like
You want to
mansplaining
be
shit all
right.
the time.
Yeah, and you want to be right all the time. Right?
Over your partner, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So you're like, for example, there's a problem and you get into an argument. Instead of like working on the
Mm-hmm.
problem, you then start being defensive. Why are you attacking me? Why are you getting so
Yeah,
fucking personal? Why are you digging
exactly.
up old shit?
Yeah, like why are you making up such crazy things in your head? Why, very defensive. Maybe gaslighting even.
Gaslighting
Yeah,
can
yeah,
be
right.
breadcrumbing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the last one, so we have criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and the last one is like the last stage, so to speak, is stonewalling.
Okay. Okay.
Like this one, stonewall. I brick wall pala to.
Yeah.
Stonewalling is like when you just shut off from your partner.
What, silent treatment?
Silent treatment, guards are up, you're not talking anymore. Para kayong, if you live under the same roof, you're like housemates who don't even talk to each other.
That's so.
Sad.
Yeah, like my heart just sank when you said the word housemates. That's so fucking
Yeah.
weird. Like
Diba? Yung parang you just
you just live
commit.
with each
Yeah,
other.
you live with each other, but there's no intimacy. There's no communication. You don't talk to each other. Nothing. So
Kain tulog
stonewalling.
lang.
Yeah, diba? So that's very sad. Pero,
We don't have that.
yun
I
nga
don't
siya.
think I've ever.
Kasi nga, if we have that, we're bound to break up.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So
You're
we
right.
shouldn't have
Yeah.
that. But what about
Yes.
other things? Other signs for you
F-
personally?
Fucking. Once again, it's crazy. The four horsemen of apocalypse, where your relationship is about to biblically fucking end. You know what I
I
mean?
feel like that's so right. That's so accurate. For me lang. I'm like, oh. I'm the type of person that actually can persist. I'm a type of partner that can actually, no, kaya pa to. We can make it work. But like when I read the Four Horsemen, I'm like, shit, ito na. These are the things that hindi na. It's the end
Yeah,
of it.
so disclaimer. I think we should have said this in the beginning, but I'm gonna say it now. As you're listening to this episode, if you want to save your relationship, don't listen to this episode because we're not gonna lean
Oh,
towards that.
yes. Oo.
What
Oo
this
pala
episode is
ha.
about is validating your thoughts
That you should break
that
up.
you should just fucking leave that person.
Yun na nga yung title eh. Signs that you should break up.
Right.
It's not like
exactly.
signs that or it's not
Save your
yeah,
relationship.
it's
Kaya
not
pa ba to?
oo,
Or,
it's
kaya
not
pa
like
today? Alam mo
should
yun?
we or should we not?
Right, exactly. We're not gonna talk about that. FYI.
Okay.